Welcome to Smart Netizens. Get smarter daily in 15 minutes only. Episode 2. The biggest capital we all have but ignore. Welcome back to Smart Netizens. If you were with us for Episode 1, we tackled the heavy question, how much money is enough? We stripped away the illusion that more money equals more peace. If you haven't listened to that yet, cue it up for after this episode. It's the foundation for everything we're building here. But today, we are pivoting. We are moving from the currency you keep in a bank account to the currency you keep in your chest. We are talking about time. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh great, another lecture on waking up at 5 a.m. and color-coding my calendar. Let me promise you right now, this is not that. We are not going to talk about hustle culture. We aren't going to talk about squeezing every second out of the day until you're a robot. That is strictly basic advice, and frankly, it doesn't work. Today, we are going to treat time as what it actually is, an asset class. Most of us treat time like it's income, something that keeps coming in every month. But time isn't income. Time is capital. And unlike money, it is a depreciating asset. It expires. By the end of this 15 minutes, I want to shift your psychology from spending time to investing capital, because the difference between a smart netizen and everyone else isn't usually talent, it's how they allocate the 1,440 minutes we all get. Let's get smarter. The equalizer myth and the reality of entropy. Let's dismantle a common cliché. You've heard it a million times. We all have the same 24 hours as Beyoncé. Technically, yes. Practically, absolutely not. This cliché is dangerous because it ignores overhead. Think of your life like a business. A business has gross revenue, total money coming in, and net profit, what you keep after expenses. Your gross time is 24 hours, but your net time, the time that is actually yours to command, is much smaller. After sleep, work, commuting, hygiene, and obligations, most of us are left with maybe 3 or 4 hours of discretionary capital. Here is the enriched insight. The fight isn't about managing the 24 hours. The fight is about protecting those 3 to 4 hours of net time. This is where the concept of entropy comes in. In physics, entropy is the tendency of a system to move toward disorder. In your life, time has high entropy. If you do nothing, your time doesn't just sit there. It fragments. It gets eaten by notifications, by waiting in lines, by other people's crises. If you do not put a fence around your net time, the world will treat it as a free resource. So the first step to becoming a smart netizen is realizing that you are not running out of time. You are suffering from a leak in your net capital. You don't need to optimize your sleep or your commute right now. You need to look at that small window of 3 hours in the evening or 1 hour in the morning. That is your seed capital. That is the only thing you can invest to change your future. If you burn that capital, you aren't just losing time, you're eating your seed corn. You're consuming the only thing that could have bought you a different life. Why we leak time, the psychology of friction. If time is so valuable, why do we waste it? Why do we spend 2 hours scrolling through short-form videos when we know we wanted to read a book, start a side project, or just sleep? Is it because we are lazy? No. It is because of decision fatigue and friction. Let's look at the neuroscience for a moment. By the time you get to your net time in the evening, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for willpower and planning, is exhausted. It has made thousands of decisions all day at work. So when 8 p.m. hits, your brain has a safety mechanism, the path of least resistance. Option A, pick up a book. requires finding the book, turning on a light, focusing eyes, engaging imagination, high friction. Option B, open a phone app, requires one thumb tap, passive reception of bright lights and dopamine, zero friction. We don't lose time because we don't care. We lose time because the modern world is engineered to offer us zero friction entrapments. There's a term for this in psychology called revenge bedtime procrastination. It's a phenomenon where people who don't have much control over their daytime life refuse to go to sleep early just to regain some sense of freedom at night. We scroll until 1 a.m. not because the content is good. Let's be honest, you won't remember a single video tomorrow, but because the act of staying up feels like rebellion. It feels like claiming time back. But it's a trap. You're not claiming time back. You are borrowing energy from tomorrow to pay for distraction today. That is a high-interest loan that bankrupts your future self. A smart netizen understands this mechanism. You stop beating yourself up for being lazy and start realizing you are fighting against algorithms designed to exploit your exhaustion.
Fun fact: waste time or win? All right, let's take a quick mental break from the serious stuff. We've established that time is capital, but sometimes letting minutes drift by or wasting them is the highest return investment you can make. It's time for the waste time or win lightning round. Here are 5 situations. Should you let the time pass or jump into action? Number 1, when your spouse starts to argue with you. Verdict: waste it. Take 5 minutes. Go stare into the fridge. Pretend you need to look up a fact on your phone. Delaying the argument just long enough to activate the cool-down timer saves you hours of post-fight silence. That is a winning investment. Number 2, when you're facing a creative block at work and staring blankly at the screen. Verdict: waste it. A little. Don't force it. The mind is not a machine. Stand up, walk to the window, and let 5 minutes completely drift. That intentional waste allows your subconscious to reset and solve the problem without pressure. Number 3, when an app asks you for your attention with a notification banner right before you start a task. Verdict: do not waste it. That tiny click is a wormhole. You will lose 20 minutes and achieve nothing. Ignore the banner and stick to your plan. Protect the momentum. Number 4, when you are standing in a long line at the grocery store and your phone is dead. Verdict: waste it. This is a rare, beautiful opportunity. Do nothing. Look around. People watch. Daydream. We are constantly feeding our brains. This unintentional waste is actually a reset button for your attention span. Number 5, when you've just spent 3 hours on a difficult, high-focus project. Verdict: waste it. Mandatory. This is a performance requirement, not a choice. Give yourself 15 minutes of guilt-free, high-entropy scrolling or watching something funny. Your brain needs time to process the effort, or you'll be useless for the next task.
Intentionality versus intensity. The active rest protocol. So, what's the solution? Is it to fill every minute with productivity? Absolutely not. This is where most self-help goes wrong. They tell you to hustle. They tell you that if you're not building a business at 9 p.m., you're failing. That is toxic and it leads to burnout. The goal is not intensity. The goal is intentionality. There's a massive difference between active rest and passive numbing. Passive numbing is what happens when you scroll for 2 hours. You're not really resting. Your brain is being bombarded with light, noise, and information. You finish those 2 hours feeling groggy, anxious, and arguably more tired than when you started. That is a bad investment. Active rest is intentional. It is saying, I am going to watch this specific movie because I love it, or I am going to take a hot bath, or I'm going to sit and listen to music. When you choose your leisure, it restores you. When you fall into your leisure by accident, it drains you. The smart pivot. Stop trying to track every minute. Instead, try to eliminate the zombie mode. Zombie mode is that transition period, the 30 minutes after you get home or the 20 minutes in the bathroom where you're not doing anything, but you're not resting either. You're in limbo. If you can convert zombie mode into either true focus or true rest, you instantly gain back about 10 hours a week. Imagine that, 10 hours. That is an entire workday found just by eliminating the gray zone between rest and work. We need to stop feeling guilty for relaxing. Relaxing is a biological necessity, but we should feel concerned about numbing. Numbing is where dreams go to die. The compound interest of time. Let's talk about the math of the smart netizen. In finance, everyone understands compound interest. You invest $1 today, it earns interest, and that interest earns interest. Time works the same way, only if you invest it in knowledge or skill. If you spend 15 minutes today learning how to use a new AI tool, or reading a summary of a negotiation book, or learning a shortcut in Excel, that 15 minutes saves you time tomorrow. You learn a shortcut today, invest 15 minutes. It saves you 5 minutes every day for the rest of your career. That single 15-minute block just bought you hundreds of hours of future freedom. This is why we say, get smarter daily in 15 minutes only. We're not asking for 4 hours. We are asking for the high-leverage minutes. Most people are playing a linear game. Work 1 hour, get paid for 1 hour. Smart netizens play an exponential game. Spend 15 minutes learning and increase your value for every hour you work for the rest of your life. Here is your practical framework for today, the default reset. Identify your trigger moments. For example, when I sit on the couch, I open Instagram. Insert a gatekeeper. Put the distracting apps in a folder. Put a Kindle or a notepad on the couch cushion. The 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, I will do the high-value thing for just 5 minutes. If I hate it, I can stop. Usually, breaking the friction is all you need. You don't need discipline to run a marathon. You just need enough discipline to put on your shoes. Takeaway: the investor mindset. As we wrap up episode 2, I want you to look at the rest of your day differently. Don't look at the clock and feel anxious that it's ticking away. Look at your time as a wallet full of cash that resets every morning. Every time you pick up your phone, every time you choose a conversation, every time you choose to learn something new, you are making a transaction. You are sliding your credit card. Ask yourself, is this purchase worth it? If the answer is yes, this movie is relaxing me, then great, enjoy it, guilt-free. But if the answer is, I don't even know why I'm watching this, then stop. Pull the card out of the machine. You are not late. You haven't missed the boat. The beautiful thing about time as capital is that you get a fresh deposit tomorrow morning. The question is, how will you invest it?
Your next step. Identify one single leak in your day today. Maybe it's the morning scroll in bed. Maybe it's the time spent deciding what to watch on TV. Plug that one leak. Take those 15 minutes and listen to a podcast, read an article, or just sit in silence and breathe. Tomorrow, on episode 3, we are going to take this capital and deploy it. We're talking about how to invest in yourself without spending money.
We're going to look at the specific skills and mental models that yield the highest return on your time. This has been Smart Netizens. You've just invested 15 minutes in getting smarter. Now go make the rest of the day count.
This was Smart Netizens. Get smarter daily in 15 minutes only.